Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 8 minutes to 9 on Wednesday night. I'm here in Crystal Springs, on not far away from the racecourse, actually. I see Hugo Hughes left a message or a comment this morning saying he knows the owners, Tommy and Aileen. I met Aileen today. We checked in about 11:30 or that. The rooms wasn't ready, but we were going driving, so we just wanted to get the keys and we come back in our own time. I must check under the mattress to see maybe Hugo left a few quid after him. He might have stayed here at some point. Aileen, it's a lovely place. Equally where we stayed last night. Very surprising this morning. We went out the back and there was about 40 hens. It was no wonder the egg was tasting so good on the plate. That was the first Irish breakfast for John, the Yankee man that I'm looking after for the week. He was pleasantly surprised. No more than myself, he wasn't too fond of the black or white pudding. The white pudding was very spicy. I had to leave it after me. Nearly got a heartburn straight away after it. But top class, great host altogether. There was more English there than anything. There was bikers and there was other people visiting as well. We had breakfast for 8:30. We were on the road straight to Killarney. We came across through Mill Street, cross country. Wanted to show him the views. He just wanted to travel the motorways if possible. So he's on about, actually after 2 days, he's on about actually moving to Ireland now. He was in the Navy. He used to be based in Hawaii. He was a cook in the Navy. That's why he likes his food. And there was something I forgot about last night. When I went to the toilet when I went in last night and he ordered a drink, but she came with 3 glasses of beer. And I just said to her, you must be at the wrong table. But the 3 were for him because they were sampling drinks. So he knows what he wants and he had them with his steak. I had a good laugh as well. I was telling him as we passed out through Glanmire, I was telling him about the great Teddy McCarthy that was died there last week. And he said, oh, what was the surname? And I said, McCarthy. And he said, McCarthy was the surname of my first ex-wife. So I was afraid to ask him how many he might have had. I think it's about 40. But later then we came across a couple of bad drivers. And he said, my ex-wife was a bad driver. And I was just wondering, was that grounds for divorce? I don't know. I didn't ask him. But that's at least 2 he has anyway. So if he's moving to Ireland, I think he's looking for a red-haired one. So any red-haired ones to be on the lookout. So we went to Dingle for the day. We're going to ring a carry tomorrow. He had a pint in, I think it's the Dingle Hotel. I looked at the menu. It was $19.95 for the dinner for roast beef, but I didn't have it. We had the dinner this evening in Buckley's of Killarney. There was an outrageous thunderstorm when we were in it. The reason I went back there, I was in it twice last year when I was on the camper van trip, and I gave it the dessert of the tour, which I had as well this evening, and it was absolutely brilliant. So it was roast beef dinner and plenty to eat. He had a couple of pints, so he's gone to bed. He was absolutely wrecked. He didn't sleep that well last night. It was too hot, and he didn't leave the window open because he thought there might be mosquitoes in. So I had to advise him that we have no mosquitoes in Ireland. So all in all, good enough day. He's very happy. So we're heading to the Ring of Kerry tomorrow, and he wants to go to the Cliffs of Moher. He mentioned that to me today. It's a good job because otherwise I'd have gone straight to Galway. So we can take it in on our way to Galway on Friday. There won't be much, maybe a bit of Connemara to be seen on Saturday morning because we'll have still 2 days in Donegal later at the weekend. So didn't see much racing, but I was awake early. I was studying this morning, looking at Ascot next week from about 5:30 until I got up about 7:30. Discussed with myself that I trusted what I thought I saw the last day with that horse Pearl Door, and sure he took a tug when he came out of the stalls there tonight, and I wouldn't mind, but I backed Amarama Gold the last time I was in Listowel. We were in the Listowel Arms out the back, and I'd scored on it at 4-1 the last day. But I thought the other one might be out in front, it might be hard pegged back, but it wasn't to be. And the other one didn't run, Monsoon. It's actually down for the 5:20 in declared it's supposed to run tomorrow evening. It's 12s into 9s in the 5:20 at Leopardstown, and that's why they pulled it out tonight, because the ground would have been soft, and it likes good ground. So it should be good yielding there tomorrow evening. I don't think Dublin got the weather that the rest of the country got, but I'm not sure about that. But it's a big prize. So I see there was a newcomer on the bus left a message there today, Edward Fitzgerald. I thought it was Edmund Fitzgerald when I spotted it first. I said, you have a famous name. Edmund Fitzgerald was the name of the boat that went down in Lake Superior in 1975, wasn't it? 29 crew members died. And it's still on the bottom of the lake. They never could get down to it. It smashed in two. Gordon Lightfoot sang a grand song. Anyone that wants to check it out, lovely song altogether. There is, oh yeah, we went to Killarney on the way back there this evening. I thought, but there was no place to eat. There was very poor menus on a couple of. There's only one place open at that time, so we came back to Buckley's. So anyway, I've a few picked out for tomorrow, and I want to get back to something then before I go. So anyone that wants, there's something interesting I'm on doing towards the end, and it's a must listen to. Tomorrow I'm going to run through these in the order and choose if you want or don't choose. There's a 5 furlong sprint at Haydock tomorrow evening, and the last time Rum Cocktail ran, he played hell before the start, but he was with Clive Cox last year, and he went off 3-1 favourite first time out in Windsor, 6th of 9 beaten 4.5 lengths, and then he won the next time off 82 in Goodwood, and it was on Good to Firm, and every time he has ran on Good to Firm, it has been his best runs, including 5 furlongs to T Spirit, who's a classy sort. The last day he played hell before the start, and he ran into us in the race that we were on the winner with Spoof, and I marked him up sort of that day. That's why I put him down in my tracker, because I thought he's in the yellow cap behind Spoof to the left hand side of the race.
And these is Cabeza del Llave, and towards the rear Zero Carbon. It's up front La Roca del Fuego just from Spoof and Isle of Lismore. They are chased by Rambuso Creek beyond Eco driven along. Here comes Glamorous Breeze with a promising run now under Billy Locknane. Far side Rum Cocktail is trying to stay on, but it's Spoof probably just in front far side. Down the near side Rambuso Creek, Fancy Master running on in the red noseband and cheek pieces, but Spoof is holding all comers. Spoof at the top of his game and goes on to win again.
I thought the second run the same as last year, that he might be there or thereabouts tomorrow. In the 2:30 at Yarmouth, it's probably should have started with this. It's a mile 6 race as well. A horse 3-1 there earlier. It's into 5-2 at 365. Still available at 5 or 3-1 with Paddy Power. Well, this isn't a great race. It's 1 mile 6, but Manyana, it ran well enough the last day, I thought. It's lightly raced for Johnny Portman, and Haley Turner is in the irons tomorrow. But last run was its best run, and it's gone down from 57 to, I think it went up a pound for the last day. Yeah, it went up a pound. Opened up at 57. But he's in the yellow colours in about 3rd place there. And it was an awful muddling start with no pace. And it's a bit of pace tomorrow. He was finishing strong enough in this
race. The first
race.
one off the bridle is Sugar Candy, being stoked up by Harry Davis as a fairy's just coming back to them now. The lead is 2.5 lengths from Sicario. Pound Off You, the maroon and white colours, Manyana. Nose banded with a white face. Lecro's trying to get on terms. Sugar Candy's flat out in last place now, and they're quickening on down towards the final quarter mile. A fair coming under pressure from Sicario in the purple and white. Away to the left, Pound Off You. Manyana's got a gap on the rail. Then Lecro. Sugar Candy will not be winning, and it's Pound Off You who's going on here with Sicario. Manyana's keeping on towards the far side. These three race away as Pound Off You has taken it up, keeping on Manyana towards the far side. Pound Off You lugging left under pressure. Manyana trying to get there, but after a long break, Pound Off You will reach.
No, it's not a great race tomorrow. If it isn't competitive at that level tomorrow, it won't win a race at all. There's another horse here at 3:45 tomorrow. It's a 6 furlong sprint. Another Romance. It won first time out last year. Goes well fresh. Trainer going all right. He's 7 for 25 in the last 14 days. That's 28%. Simon Crisford. But it won first time out last year. Won by 8.5. But it ran a good race then off 87. It won again by 3.5 in Salisbury. Good to Ferrum. Decent run then to Azure Blue in a listed race. So it's top weight. I'm just hoping that there's, if you look at everything else, 6, 6, 0, 4, 9, and Temple Brewer is the only one that won, and it's the bottom rated. Just hoping it might be classy enough and have improved. It's only a 4-year-old. So that's another amount. So let's check on the price. 7-2. It was 4-1 there earlier, so there's a bit of money for it. And the other one is if Monsoon runs tomorrow, and if it doesn't team out of the heavens, it's into 7s now. It was 12s into 9s, and now it's into 7s, Monsoons. So they might be going for that tomorrow. It's not a great race, to be honest. And it's a front runner, and actually 7 furlongs I think was suited better than the mile that today's race was. There's one other thing I want to cover before I go. Some of you might have seen that Terry Woods left a comment a couple of weeks ago that he's suffering from cancer the last 4.5 years, and the doctors have given him 2 months to live. That was 3 weeks ago. And he said there's I don't know what part of the world he's in, but he said his mum was from Dublin, and there's a big charity night on Saturday night for prostate cancer, and also, sadly, to cover funeral expenses. Those sort of things really does upset me. I was quite emotional reading that earlier on, and I want to donate 200 to that function on Saturday night. I didn't give anything for this month yet, and I want to go, so I'll give the 200 for 2 months to that, and it's money generated by the people on the bus, so it's from all of us. The people, by listening to the ads and that, generate the few pounds. Now there isn't a fortune to be made off it by any means, but it's covered in what I want to do each month, and a little bit with it that I give to other charities as well. So you also said that your mother, her favourite saint was Our Lady. So what I'm going to do, if I'm able, because it was my mother's favourite hymn as well, we'll sing, I'll put up the words, we'll try and sing Our Lady of Knock. And I wish to God you can get better. It's terrible news to have got. Life can be cruel. So let's see what we can do. Where are we? I better get out of the way. There were people of all ages gathered round the gable wall, poor and humble men and women, little children that you called. We are gathered here before you, and our hearts are just the same, filled with joy at such a vision as we praise your name. Golden Rose, Queen of Ireland, all my cares and troubles cease as we kneel with love before you, Lady of Knock, my Queen of Peace. Though your message was unspoken, still the truth in silence lies, as we gaze upon your vision, and the truth I try to find. Here I stand with John the teacher, and with Joseph at your side, and I see the Lamb of God on the altar glorified. Golden Rose, Queen of Ireland, all my cares and troubles cease as we kneel with love before you, Lady of Knock, my Queen of Peace. And the Lamb will conquer, and the woman clothed in the sun will shine her light on every one. And the Lamb will conquer, and the woman clothed in the sun will shine her light on every one. Golden Rose, Queen of Ireland, all my cares and troubles cease as we kneel with love before you, Lady of Knock, my Queen of Peace. See you tomorrow.